Hello, and thanks for joining us on our show, El Mundo, the World, and today we're going to talk about religions and belief in times of crisis. With us is Dr. Michael Lightman. Hello. Hello, everyone. Dr. Lightman, first of all, I'd like to tell you that researchers show that there is a direct correlation between natural disasters, all the catastrophes and natural blows, and the inclination toward religion. 19% of Americans said that the pandemic has strengthened their faith in the upper force, and only 3% said that it decreased their faith. The question is, if we're in a state of despair and we need help from a force that we don't know, will this more quickly bring us to understand that there's one force that controls everything? A person, he has to trust in something. He wants to know that he has some kind of anchor, that he can hold on to something, like a little child who grabs hold of his mother, not wanting to come down from her arms, feeling that that's the safest place. So how could he leave her? The same with us. Men, women, adults, children, we all need a feeling of security. And where can we get it from? So, we have no choice. We need some kind of source of security. And in our world, we see that it does not exist in anyone. In the past, people believed in forces like the stars, clouds, sun, moon. They believed in their leaders, rulers, some Shah or someone. Today, the only thing we're left with is the upper force. Who is that? What is that? There are many confusions. But still, there is something that controls and arranges everything, and because I have no choice, I want to adhere myself to something that is in control, that determines, and then by that I feel safer. And so this is the question, is it true or not? And so comes the answer, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If it makes me feel safer in my short life, for as long as I live in this world, if I feel that I'm safe, that I'm in trustworthy hands, in the hands of some great force that controls everything, and I belong to him, then I live calmly. And whether it's correct or not, no one can say. But I feel good. It's some kind of treatment, like psychological, psychiatric treatment. So, being treated by religion is the same, so people go for it. That's how it always is. Besides the psychological aspect that gives us a sense of security, as you said, what other positive aspects are there to it? Look, the positive aspect is that along with it, people, they become calmer, they hurt each other less, they don't go out to beat each other up, they don't rob each other, they don't kill. They raise their children more correctly. For them to simply be calmer too, for them to pray too, for them to prepare themselves more correctly to feel that they are in a place where one way or another they'll have to give account for their actions, that there's a judge, and that this judge really wants to know what is going on with everyone. taking everything into account, writing his opinion down about each and every one. And besides that, a person that believes, by that he sees that no one resists, no one makes fun of it, it's allowed. The entire world supports it too. Billions of people around the world believe in something. Everyone in something else, doesn't matter. But we see that to believe is something common for a person. It's normal. And therefore a person that believes, he's understood. So someone believes in one God, someone in another God, and someone else in something else. Doesn't matter. But in something that he thinks that is the upper force that can help him. And therefore it's good. It's also good if we raise our children that way. The children become calmer. They understand that in the world there's something above them that protects them. Meaning, even though that there is no upper force, we should establish it in such a way that as if it exists and that we're dependent on it, we ask him or this force, and this force helps us. It's psychological. Why then this feeling that eventually we're so small and we need this support? Is it something natural in a person? It's very natural because we have no idea what's going to happen in a moment. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't have the strength to deal with the force of bad, of evil. Sometimes we see that things are going to be bad for sure and that we can't do anything about it. So what do? Pray. That's it. That's the only thing that you can do. To ask from something that's greater than I am. And besides, if I look around me, I see that every nation, every society, they have some kind of upper force that they elevate, raise above themselves, pray to, and ask. So exactly about that, since the pandemic started, the number of searches on Google for the word prayer doubled, or pandemic. So there's probably an increase in the people that pray, and more than half of the Americans answered that they did pray for the pandemic to disappear. And besides, there's the inclination toward a common prayer in the upcoming month. There will be a prayer at the Western Wall in Jerusalem, and there will be a prayer of Shema Yisrael that will be online. So the question is, what's the impact of such a common prayer? There's a strong impact because that people believe. By that they generate a force, they themselves. And this way, they cause good to themselves. Cause good to themselves. It doesn't matter what do they believe in, what are they turning to, what kind of upper force. The main thing is that they all connect and ask together. This works. It works more if I do it personally, or that it's collective, there's some force that, yes, that it's collective. This is actually what works. It's not that there's some special kind of prayer, some special upper force, but it's that people when they get together and rise above the distances between them, that they want to be together and pray together and ask together, and if there's some kind of problem, then that trouble ties them together, they're more united, then of course that works more. Yeah. So the question is, you're saying that there is a force that hears. No, I didn't say that there's a force that hears. No, I'm asking, is there a force that hears with the help of which a person can change his situation by a common prayer? By people connecting with one another, wanting to make this appeal together, their fate changes. How and why? Because they rise above their ego. And therefore, by that, they improve their situation. What does this collective force generate for us to understand in simple words? No matter in what language, in what method we act in, if we connect and turn to the upper force, regardless of how we imagine him, the way we ask, it all works to our benefit, because we're rising above ourselves, asking of the upper force, if we want, to our benefit, not to someone's detriment, but to everyone's benefit, it works. So, until the pandemic came, we can say that we had financial success, technological success. Now people are talking more about going back to some more spiritual route. How do you see this? I see that the pandemic has brought us to a new degree in our development. And from here we have to reach a new level in our spiritual development, a new perception, a new worldview. And the pandemic is only pushing us forward, and we will discover this upper force, which is one for all, and how to correctly turn to him. The pandemic is actually doing us a big favor in this regard. If so, what's supposed to be our prayer? That we are asking of the upper force to bring us to connection, for all of us to be together and not to harm each other, but for us, all of us, to connect together as one family, all of humanity. And in that, we will also start discovering who is the upper force in the connection between everyone. But no one's asking for anyone else or for the well-being of the world, but practically everyone's asking to improve their own situation, financially, or if someone's ill. It's something very personal. So we'll have to suffer more until we'll understand that we have to ask for everyone. If I want to be well off, I also have to think for everyone else to be well off, and myself too. What will guarantee that this will improve my situation? We'll start understanding this from the blows, that it's good for me to pray for everyone, so that if everyone's well off, so I'll be well off too, because I'm a part of the collective. Yeah.
Dr. Laitman, muchísimas gracias por su tiempo y nos encontraremos.
Dr. Laitman, we want to thank you very much for your time and see you next week. All the best. Thank you.